This first story comes from Sarah. She lives in a quiet neighborhood in India, the kind of place where everyone knows each other. Nothing unusual ever happens there. One winter morning around 7 a.m., Sarah's mother noticed someone standing in the road outside their house. At first, she assumed it was a neighbor waiting for someone, but he wasn't near a gate. He wasn't on the sidewalk. He was standing directly in the middle of the street. He wore a long shawl wrapped around his body, his head slightly tilted downward, and he wasn't moving. Sarah looked outside herself. He wasn't looking at their house. He was staring at the bushes across the street. Just staring. Hours passed. By afternoon, he was still there. He hadn't shifted position, hadn't spoken to anyone, hadn't even looked around. Neighbors started noticing. Some kept their distance. Others watched from windows. As evening came, fog rolled into the street. The man was still there. That's when Sarah's father decided to go outside. He walked up to the man and asked if he needed help. No response. He asked again, louder. The man slowly turned his head, but didn't speak. Sarah said her father described his eyes as completely blank, not angry, not confused, just empty. Her father stepped back and told him to leave. The man didn't react. Eventually, her father went back inside. They locked the doors. The next morning, the man was gone. No footprints, no explanation, no reports from neighbors seeing him leave. He had stood in the same spot for nearly 24 hours, and no one knows why. This next story happened in the United States. The narrator was shopping at Kohl's with her mum one evening. It wasn't crowded, just a normal weekday. While walking through the clothing section, she felt that strange sensation of being watched. At first, she ignored it, but when she looked up, she saw a woman standing at the end of the aisle. The woman wasn't shopping. She wasn't holding anything. She was just standing there, staring. Her eyes were wide, unnaturally wide, and she had a smile that didn't match her expression. It wasn't friendly. It wasn't angry. It just stayed there. The narrator turned away, pretending not to notice. When she glanced back, the woman hadn't moved, still staring. Heart racing, she walked quickly to another aisle. A few seconds later, she felt it again. That same presence. She turned. The woman was there. Same distance, same smile. No sound, no footsteps, just watching. Panicking, she rushed to find her mum and told her everything. Her mum went quiet. Then she said something that made it worse. I saw her too. They left the store immediately. When they looked back through the glass doors, the woman was standing near the entrance, still smiling, still watching them leave. This final story comes from Zama in South Africa. At 2:30 in the morning, she woke up to a sound. Not loud, just subtle movement. She thought it might be her imagination. Then she heard it again, a shift in the hallway. She slowly sat up in bed. That's when she saw him. A man standing in the doorway of her bedroom, watching her. For a second, she froze. Then instinct took over. Zama grabbed the nearest object she could reach and shouted. The man rushed towards her. She fought back, pushed, hit, screamed. Somehow she managed to force him backward, out of the bedroom, down the hallway and towards the bathroom. He had entered through the second-story bathroom window. She kept pushing until he stumbled back out the same way he came in, and then he was gone. Police later told her a group of thieves had been targeting homes in her area. They would enter quietly through unlocked windows. Days later, one of the suspects was found dead in a nearby neighborhood. Zaman never found out if it was the same man, but she hasn't left a window unlocked since. Sometimes the scariest part isn't what happened, it's what didn't. No explanation, no closure, no clear reason. Just a memory that doesn't sit right, and the feeling that somewhere out there, someone might still be watching.